why Daniel Jones is going to 10x your account. There is no other quarterback in the league who is going to make you more money than Danny Dimes. And we are going to tell you exactly why Daniel Jones is the player you need to be looking at. NFL Week 1 is officially in the books, and the hype did not disappoint. From breakout performances to shocking finishes, let's dive into the football players that are about to move up or down. What is up, everybody? I am your host, Dappz, with the one and only Ethan, and the NFL season is underway, and we are extremely excited because we are back for another episode of Up or Down, where we track your cards' prices and why they're moving up or down. But first, we love our fans and we want to show our appreciation. That's why we partnered up with Ludex for the Ludex Weekly Loot Giveaway. And last week, we said we were going to give away this SGC 95 CD Lamb Uptown, baby. And the winner is Fanatics Sports Cards. Congratulations. The CD Lamb is yours. Your comment read, the Jalen Hurts hate is strong. Did you all watch the Thursday night game versus the Cowboys? Didn't look like a game manager, my guy. Something tells me this is an Eagles fan and we're giving him a Cowboys card. Whatever. Congratulations, brother. You are the winner of the CD Lamb Uptown. Burn it. Send it to your friends. I don't know what you want to do. Maybe bring it to the stadium. Take a picture of the Eagles defeating the Cowboys. And remember, everybody, we do a giveaway every single week. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment anything you want to see in next week's episode underneath this video. Subscribe, like, comment. We are going to give away another card. It's right. Oh, wait. You got to wait till the end of the episode. Well, it's not the end. It's just in the episode. We're going to hide it somewhere. We're giving away another card, all right? Stick around. Usually after NFL Week 1, what happens is there's a little bit of short-term noise, some overreactions, whether it's the gambling market, fantasy football, or sports cards. What did you see in the first week that surprised you the most? Is there a particular player?
There's a lot of guys that I mentioned before the season that did exactly what I thought they were going to do. The Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, the Trevor Lawrences. The biggest surprise out of all of them had to be the Daniel Jones one. Going they were up 33-0 against the Dolphins. Like, Dolphins aren't a great team, but they're definitely not a 33-0 type of team. Just looked flat out unguardable. I mean, Daniel Jones played one of the best quarterback performances I've seen in the past 2 years on opening day. It's good for him, man.
More surprising for me was how bad the Dolphins played, how bad Tua looked. A-Chain didn't look great. He ended up scoring, still dropped 15 fantasy points. Tyreek looked bad. Now there's a domestic violence story that broke out today, so we could see a Tyreek suspension coming in. But let's get back to Danny Dimes. His PSA 10 Silver Prism was selling for sub $100 in August. Now I think it's about to double in price. I think you're going to see Danny Dimes at $200 for a PSA 10. Do you think that's accurate, Ethan?
I mean, it sounds like a little high for Daniel Jones. I mean, it's only been one game. Maybe after 4 games, I think that. But touch on the Tyreek Hill thing. Domestic violence for him is nothing new. It's just a flat-out criminal, like assaulting people, attacking his wife. Just a bad figure for the Dolphins. Why they're so bad. They should have sent him back to Kansas City Chiefs already. Daniel Jones...
Coming from a Chiefs fan.
Daniel Jones 2Xing wouldn't surprise me, but just not after one game. Give it another game.
I completely agree with you. I just think that the sports card market and our hobby friends are very irrational when it comes to one game at a time. Now, I do also think that Danny Dimes has the ability to 3, 4, 5X. Like, I could see this being a $500 Silver Prism. If the Colts are 4-0, like, that's what we're talking about with the CJ Strouds and the Justin Herberts and, you know, the Brock Purdy's. If he's performing well and those guys aren't, that's where you're going to see a flip in price.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to go after silvers because his prices are so cheap. They're probably going to go after like NT patch autos or like numbered prism cards. But yeah, I can see him definitely going up. His schedule is actually very easy. They have they have 8 in-conference games that are all kind of against scrubby teams. So once the Colts get to that 12-13 win column, I mean, Daniel Jones cards are going to 4X what they were in the offseason.
Yeah, I think that because Daniel Jones was so not believed in, right? I think that allows his card to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6x, where a Brock Purdy, a CJ Stroud, or Herbert, like they don't have the ability to do that unless they get to the Super Bowl. And that even if, like, we're not talking about a 5, 6x, right? We're probably talking about a 2, 3x. But a guy like Daniel Jones, who he's sub 100 on a Silver Prism, and again, I know you're talking about NTs, we do have to talk about some affordable cards on this show, right? Right, Ethan?
Yeah, well, his NT RPAs are only like $400 or $500 right now. They're not that expensive, so you could pick them up and make a lot of money on them. I don't think if people are going for Daniel Jones, they're going to go after the silvers.
Well, the other thing, the overreaction that I see here is you beat the Dolphins. The Dolphins are not good. You were at home. Very nice, Daniel Jones. By the way, if they hand the ball off on the 1 yard line to Jonathan Taylor twice, Daniel Jones has one passing touchdown. Not really that impressive, right? So I agree with you. I don't think that one game means anything. I think Daniel Jones will return to Daniel Jones form, and if you can make money on him this week, next week, in the next 3 weeks, do it.
I mean, he had 10 drives and put up 10 scores. I mean, if the defense came in and had 2 pick sixes and a fumble, then I would be like, yeah, you're right. But Daniel Jones orchestrated the whole thing. He looked like a good quarterback from start to finish. And people forget, not only is he a big guy with a big arm, he's very fast, he's very mobile, and he's learned a lot. You know, losing for 5 years straight or 7 years straight with the Giants, you learn a lot about football.
Let's talk about a quarterback that people actually care about. My quarterback. That's my quarterback. New York Jet, Justin Fields. And I may or may be biased because I'm a Jets fan and I own a gold prism, maybe 2 gold prisms of Justin Fields. Okay? So we saw him absolutely dominate throughout the whole game, and then Gibson on a kick return muffs the ball, gives the ball back to Rodgers. Jets end up losing on a field goal. But what did you think about Justin Fields' performance?
Yeah, he's just a good all-around player. Like, you have the athlete in him, you have the good football guy in him. Like, he can run an offense. You saw that Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall looked very, like, lively. You remember when he was with the Rodgers last season? They were kind of like 3-yard pass tackle, 4-yard pass tackle. Like, they were getting yards after catch. They were staying active in the offense. They had a lot of targets. I just like what the Jets were doing because they're not doing too much, but they're giving their players a chance to break out.
Yeah, and I think the other thing about the Fields market that you might see an increase in is the Jets, for the last 10 years, they can't move the ball. They can't score points. And for them to lose the way they did, scoring 30 points, listen, Jets fans are just excited. Now, they should have won the game. That's neither here nor there. But Fields ends up as a top 3 fantasy quarterback, putting up points. Fields' select XRC PSA 10 doubled in price in a week. And I personally think there's more room for it to go even higher. Right? Justin Fields is in a New York market where there's more buyers, right? There's more demand for his cards. I think the Jets have the potential to win a couple games this year. Now they're playing Josh Allen this week, so probably going to be 0-2. But if Fields puts up a decent performance, I could see the Fields market at least not going down right now, and we'll see if they could get a couple wins. It
was a weird type of Jets game. You know, they have a defensive coordinator as their head coach. I thought they'd be a defensive team, and their defense was terrible. Their offense was carrying them the whole time, and I think in the next couple of weeks they're going to go back to, like, hey, we're a defensive football team, and then Justin Fields is going to have to, like, really grind for those yards. But that's a good quarterback you want, who on 3rd and long can run it a couple yards to get you a first down, or could ditch it off to Garrett Wilson and get you the first down. I think he might not be averaging 30 points a game this season, but in those 20 to 25 points a game, I think he's going to ball out.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the Jets' offensive line looked awesome. Breece Hall looked like he was the fastest man alive. Garrett Wilson looked awesome. We'll see what the Jets' offense can continue to do. Let's move on to another quarterback who I was super high on and really underperformed in week 1. Bo Nix commits 3 turnovers, looks like ass against a rookie Cam Ward. The Broncos still squeak out the win because they have such an elite defense. Are you concerned about the Bo Nix market right now?
Yeah, I'm concerned about Bo Nix. I never was a big Bo Nix guy because he was the oldest quarterback coming out of the league last year. I think he was 23 or 24 in his rookie season. So, I mean, I just don't see him making a bigger jump than what he already did. So, yeah, the Broncos offense has never been a good offense. I don't expect Bo Nix to ball out. That's a defensive team, and there always will be.
Yeah, and I think that his PSA 10 price has dropped 50% in the last 2 weeks, which is, by the way, insane. His PSA 10 Prism base, has dropped 50%. Now, listen, for anybody who's not been around the block in the sports card market, it is a terrible time to buy cards a couple weeks before the season because a lot of them will drop 20, 30, 40, 50% in price just because a player doesn't perform well over the first 1, 2, 3 weeks. Now, the inverse of that obviously is we saw J.J. McCarthy ball out last night. His market is about to pop this week at minimum just because it's his first game, market's way overhyped, and also very, very impressive what he did last night. But we'll get into J.J. McCarthy later. Let's talk about C.J. Stroud real quick. Goes and plays the Rams, which, to be honest, I didn't think that the Texans should beat the Rams regardless. I think that the Rams are a better team. But C.J. Stroud did not look good. And this is a little bit concerning because his rookie year looked awesome, right? Then last year he regresses, gets sacked almost 60 times. You could blame it on the offensive line. But the Texans' offensive line this year, they had 5 new starters. Woo! So obviously they don't have any chemistry, right? And our buddy Dylan over here has their wide receiver number 1, Nico Collins, who he took first overall, which is not going to help him. So CJ Stroud doesn't score a touchdown on offense. Now they lost Joe Mixon, but he's still got weapons. What do you think about CJ Stroud? Are you concerned?
I'm not worried at Stroud as much as I am about the whole Texans in general. That offensive line is terrible, and the Rams defensive line was exceptional. You forget that the Rams defensive line have 4 Pro Bowl level starters, so it's hard to just tune in on one guy and double him. You can't double anyone in that defensive line. So I am worried about the Texans offensive line. I'm not so worried about CJ Stroud. He's super talented. He looks like what Joe Burrow had to deal with last year. He's just getting it sacked 5 times a game, and no quarterback can concentrate and lock in when you're getting sacked that many times.
Yeah, well, he's in a horrible division. I'm still not sold on the Jaguars. The Colts, Danny Dimes, not sold on him. And obviously you have the Titans who looked really, really bad. But CJ Stroud's silver PSA 10 Prism was selling for over $1,000. It has dropped to now somewhere around $400. Do you think that this $400 price is going to go a little bit lower? Do you think it can go higher? Like, where do you think his market is going?
I think his market is going to stay the same if he's successful or not, because he just is a talented guy. Like, no one's going to just start selling his cards when it's not his fault. Like, you can look at other quarterbacks around the league. When they do bad, they go down a little bit. But if you're like a really talented guy, like a Joe Burrow or like a Justin Herbert, like losing won't affect you that much.
Let's move back to the Dolphins against the Colts. The Dolphins got absolutely smashed. Are you recommending buy, sell, or hold on Tua collectors right now?
I mean, I never was in for the Tua collectors. I don't know what they've been holding for this long. If I'm the Dolphins right now, I am getting rid of a lot of players. I'm going to first get rid of McDaniels, who has no control of that locker room whatsoever. The only players I would keep on that whole team is maybe like Jalen Waddle or Jalen Phillips, but everyone else is expendable for me.
Yeah, I think that if you've been holding Tua, you got to really start making a decision right now. Like, cash out whatever you can right now, because if he continues to do this, this is his last year in the league, in my opinion, because he's got all the concussions he's dealt with, and if he can't ball, then what is he doing, right? And he's also got to consider for his future, why are you going to take more hits if you're not good at football? Like, get out of the league, be a commentator, you're the new Tim Tebow, that's your new lifestyle, right? Yeah. I've always rooted for Tua, but it's getting to the point where I'm like, this guy might not be good at football.
Yeah, I'm really hoping Zach Wilson gets some tries later in the season. I think Zach Wilson isn't the worst quarterback I've ever seen, and I think he could lead the Dolphins to more wins than Tua can.
I think you're right. Now we're going to bounce to another team that we might have to overreact on, the Detroit Lions with Jared Goff, who I've never believed in, and it's looking like maybe Jared Goff without Ben Johnson or Sean McVay calling plays is ass. And I think he is ass. And the way they just lost to the Packers, I'm not impressed with. Again, shake off the rust. It's week 1. I don't know if we need to overreact, but are we about to see the Lions regress from the last 2 seasons significantly after losing their offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, and defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn?
The coordinators do not matter for the Lions. That team is just built off Dan Campbell. It's built off like the attitude and the aggressiveness that they put forward every game. The problem is the Packers last week were a better team. The Packers are far better than the Lions. The Lions have one playoff game in 20 years. Like, let's not jump the gun like the Lions last year were a Super Bowl contender. They got smacked in the first round, I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, let's just put our expectations down to reality. The Lions are still a playoff team, but they're not a Super Bowl contender, or have they ever been a Super Bowl contender?
Well, I have to agree with you on that one. I just don't think I'm sold on all of this Packers hype at the moment. I think that's a side conversation. Jordan Love and his market, we'll see where it goes, but I don't think Jordan Love looked super, super dominant in the game. I don't think that it's like, oh, wow, the Jordan Love market is about to go up 10, 20, 30, 40% because he's playing so well. So we'll see how that evolves. Ethan, what are we buying this week? You know what? Hold on a second. Let's break for our Ludex Weekly Loot Giveaway. And this week, we are giving away this sick Prism Justin Herbert auto out of 25. This thing is out of 24 Prism football. This thing is sick. Justin Herbert obviously balled out. If you want this card, all you have to do, subscribe to Dappz Sports on YouTube, like this video, and comment anything you want to see on next week's episode, and we will bring it up. We promise. You saw us give away the CeeDee Lamb earlier in the video. Now we're giving away a Justin Herbert for next week. Get in. And remember, guys, download the Ludex app. The link is below this video. If you collect cards, you can take pictures of your cards, upload them to the app, and then it'll give you accurate pricing on what your collection is worth based on eBay sales. Really, really cool way to get an idea of how much your cards are worth. The Ludex app, download it below. All right, Ethan, what are we buying this week, bro?
So we're looking at a 2024 Prism Marvin Harrison gold vinyl to 5 and a PSA 8. We're looking at some riskier cards this week because football season's happening and every week prices go up or down. But Marvin Harrison on the week 1 looked terrific. He had a touchdown. I think he had like 6 or 7 receptions. But I know people don't want to recognize this, but the Cardinals are a good team. They're going to win a bunch of games this year. And Kyler Murray is a solid quarterback. You don't get drafted first overall and not be a good quarterback. So I can think Marvin Harrison having a 1,400-yard, 10-touchdown season has plus upside. Prism Gold Vinyl to 5 is one of your better cards. I know it's an 8, but if you crack this out, transfer to BGS, you might get a BGS 9 from it. So there's value in this because at 525, this card like a year ago was over $2,000.
Well, listen, I don't doubt that Marvin Harrison on paper should have 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns, and Kyler Murray should be a good quarterback. The problem is I think that every single year, and Kyler Murray continues to suck. I am not sold on Kyler Murray beating a Saints team with Spencer Rattler. By the way, if what you just said was accurate, the Cardinals should have won 35-7. They won by, I think, a touchdown, maybe 10 points. Not convincing enough for me. I think Kyler missed Marvin on like a 99-yard touchdown, right? Which could be the difference between him getting to that 1,400 yards because Kyler's a stinker. Now, again, I love the gold vinyl pick. I love this price point on the gold vinyl pick. I'm really disappointed in this picture by Panini. Like, this is the Prism rookie we get of Marvin Harrison Jr. in shorts at practice for his rookie card. I've been disappointed in this card. I think that there's going to be other Marvin Harrison cards that might be superior to this card down the line just because of the shorts. At $500, I'm a huge buyer. We'll see what happens. What's the next card?
Next card is an Asar Thompson Contenders Cracked Ice, but it's jersey number, which is a huge premium for good cards like a Cracked Ice, an NT, or a Prism Gold jersey number. Adds a lot of value. I like Asar Thompson. I mean, you look at Amon Thompson's numbers, he's like 2x his brother, and if you really watch them in the gym together, they're pretty much the same player. Like, I know they're not all twins are the same, but these twins are pretty similar. They're both top 5 defenders in the league, and if you just formulate an outside shot, like, they're going to be elite players for a long time. So this card in Amon is probably like a 3 to 5K card. If you can get a SAR for 1,000 or 2,000, why wouldn't you?
For sure. At a 25, super low pop. This is the highest graded. Also, there's only 2 PSA 9s. What you think this ends at somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500, or?
It should go higher. It really should. It should be a 2K card, but it might not because this auction is like, as I mention every week, there's a lot of high end cards on here, so you have to scroll a long time to see these lower end cards, and by the time you get to the bottom, like, the auction's over. So you could end up getting these 500 to 2K cards for pretty cheap, even though they're like $2,000 expensive for what they should be. It's cheap.
And I think you probably have like a week, maybe 2 weeks, where everybody's looking at football. This is your really last chance grab at some basketball cards at value. Would you agree?
Yeah, especially the jerseys number ones. Go get the good ones.
Yep. What's the next card?
Next one is a 99 Star Rubies.
Cool.
This year's Star Rubies is to 45. This one's first on print. I like that a lot about it. The grade's low, but all the grades are. I mean, just a cooler card in person.
And Penny's in this card in the bottom left.
Yeah, bro. You get a Penny, and you get a Milwaukee Bucks Ray Allen, which is a cool jersey, like that purple and green. Just a cool timepiece, you know? I like Star Rubies. I like this year the most because they're the lowest numbered ones. On scans, they don't really glow how they should, but they have like a nice little like a starry refractor to them, which I appreciate.
And where do you see? Wow, the highest grade on this card is PSA 8, which shows you how difficult of a grade these were once upon a time. Only 5 in population that are graded. That's absolutely ridiculous. Where are these cards? Are they just in collectors' binders from the 90s?
Yeah, so I bought the Kobe a month ago, a BGS 9 for $35K. This Ray Allen's going to do a fraction of that. This Ray Allen probably do like a $1,200 card. It's a good buy at that point. This set's super collectible, and it will be for a long time.
Do you think a lot of these cards are still sealed?
No, I think a lot of them are destroyed, but in people's collections. Because they came out of the pack destroyed, and then at that time, we're not keeping carrier cards. I don't even know if freaking top loaders existed at that point. At this rate, everyone took no care of their cards, so they're all like 7s and 6s. So why even grade them? Just keep them how they are.
Sure. What else you got?
I just put a pretty basic Freddie Freeman Bowman Chrome first auto in a 9.5. All these cards are graded BGS because at that era, that's the premier card grading company. I love Freddie Freeman. If you put his numbers next to Mike Trout, remember, same draft class, they're not that far off because Mike Trout's been slacking and Freddie Freeman's been balling. He's on his third World Series coming up. I think Freddie Freeman is an all-time first baseman. So buy while you can because Ohtani prices are through the roof. Mookie Betts prices are through the roof. Aaron Judge, who does not want shit, his prices are through the roof. Why don't you go pick up like the real Hall of Famers? I love the Freddie Freemans. I love the Manny Machados. I even love like the JT Realmutos with Salvador Perez's. Like the no-name Hall of Famers will get that bump come election time.
Well, I think I agree with you. Freddie Freeman is completely disrespected in the card market, which doesn't make any sense. This guy's an MVP, 2-time World Series winner, potentially 3. And by the way, he won the MVP last year, not Ohtani, right? He was the reason the Dodgers won that series, right? Ohtani was the reason they got to the series, but Freddie Freeman dominated the World Series. And I think long-term, everybody should be looking at Freddie Freeman as a hold. As a long-term hold because his cards are going to go up over time.
Yeah, because you can look at Chipper Jones cards. Those are expensive. You can kind of put those numbers together. Freddie's not too far off. Also, I don't see a fall off coming for Freddie for a good bit. I think he probably has 3 more years left. At that point, he should be in the 500 home run club. He should be maybe a 4-time World Series champion. Playing on the Dodgers for 3 more years.
Dodgers are going to get smacked in the playoffs. Who's up next?
Another surefire Hall of Famer, Larry Fitzgerald. I love this card. Notable Nicknames is such a cool set for basketball and football. Larry kind of let us down here and didn't give us a nickname. I don't even know what Larry Fitzgerald's nickname is, but still a cool card. You know, Larry doesn't sign that much. He's a busy guy, so if you can get a card like this and a 9.5, it's a good collection piece.
Tell me why you like Notable Nicknames.
Notable Nicknames is in a basketball and a football set where they put their nicknames. It's an inscription. You know, a lot of sets, like, you don't have to inscribe. Like, your NTRPA, you don't inscribe. Your Flawless RPA, you don't inscribe. This set is for inscriptions. Collectors love inscriptions, which separates cards from other cards. And, you know, like, you can see Curry's Babyface Assassin, Kobe's Black Mamba. Like, it's really cool to have some, like, personal touch to the card.
Also really cool, number to 25, there's only one PSA 10, one PSA 9, and one BGS 9.5. So super low pop, whether you have the PSA 10, the PSA 9, or the BGS 9.5, really cool card to have.
Oh, and it says Larry Legend. That's what he wanted to put, but he didn't do it.
What are you thinking this card ends at? It's at 390 right now.
I think the card maybe touches 1,000, but probably south of it.
Sub $1,000.
Yeah.
Affordable.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I've been hearing about the card market's a bubble, about to burst, all this crap. Listen, what people don't understand is the card market was a bubble. That was 2021. And then it just settled and became the actual market that it is today. Not only that, but according to Card Ladder, collectors spent more than $416 million on sports cards and trading cards in August, breaking an industry record for the 3rd consecutive month. We just saw the highest sale ever. Kobe Jordan dual auto logo man go for close to $13 million. the sports card market is on fire. It's not going anywhere. Dappz and Fanatics are making cooler cards every single day. Debut patches, WrestleMania patches. They're probably going to make a Super Bowl or NBA Finals patch. I think there's a possibility also that Panini gets their licenses back from NBA, NFL, and MLB after some inside information I have. That's going to have to be battled out in court. But the reason I think that is Fanatics made some deals promising a lot of money to the leagues, and it looks like Panini is saying, oh, well, now we can't pay you, NBA, because we don't have the money because Fanatics took all of our players. And now the NBA is going, hold on a second, you owe me $50 million. Well, Fanatics, you owe me the $50 million. And they're going, oh, whoa, we don't owe you that money. So, again, we don't know how this is going to shake down, but if Panini gets those licenses back, I think it's great for the hobby. Healthy competition, no monopoly. You have two companies. We're still going to have Prism. We're still going to have sets that, at National Treasures flaws that we don't want to see go away.
Well, I beg to differ on the whole Panini thing. They just panic sold a bunch of logo men. Have you seen the Silhouettes product that came out? They were dumping game-used jerseys left and right. Champ tags, logo men. They were making logo men for people that shouldn't even have logo men. I bought a Big Baby Davis Silhouettes logo man the other day. Why do you even have jerseys for him on file? That's crazy, but I love it. So in terms of Dappz versus Panini, no one knows what will happen. They don't even know what will happen. You just have to look past that because the market in general is on fire. And people are saying like LeBron's up, Kobe's up, Shaq's up, or Jordan's up. That's not true. Everything is up. If you go look at, people base a lot of sales on card ladder value. They're like, dude, card ladder value is up $200. No, dude, your Ladd McConkey's not up 200%. The whole market's up 200%. So all your card ladder values are definitely inflated. GOATs are up, but it's not just them. I looked at a McGuire rookie the other day, PSA 10, and that's up like crazy. Barry Bonds rookie, Tiffany, up crazy. It's like every card is up because there's more eyes on the hobby, and I think that a lot of it has to be politically based because Trump, whenever he gets into office, like 2020, 2021 bubble, that was Trump. This is, again, also Trump. The whole market's up, just like stocks, just like crypto, so a lot of money's coming in and out. Also, you want to know who I attribute this whole bump to? It's not the collectors already in the hobby, it's the new ones. It's these people who are coming in who are like, I like Michael Jordan and buys Michael Jordan cards. I like Ken Griffey. I'm going to buy Ken Griffey cards. A lot of these guys who are new to the hobby aren't coming in and rushing to these no-name new guys players. Like, they're not going to go after, like, the Amen Thompsons. They're going to go after the names they know because they're new to this. It's comfortable. It's familiarity. So, yes, the market is up. It's because of new collectors. It's not because of this overseas stigma that people are saying that, oh, the Asian market's up, so it's helping the USA market. No. A lot of these buyers are in the States and are just new buyers who are spending stupid money because they have stupid money.
Well, listen, here's my take on all of this. I think there's plenty of sports fans out there, NFL, NBA, MLB, whatever it is, who aren't really familiar with the sports card market and would be very interested if they took the time to kind of learn how cards are bought and sold and traded, right? And there's plenty of people who spend their hard-earned money on their favorite franchises, t-shirt or jersey or mug. You could spend a similar dollar amount, 50, 100, 200 bucks, whatever it is that you can afford on a sports card. And instead of having once you buy a jersey and you wear that jersey, that thing is, maybe you could sell it for 50%, 20% of what it's worth on eBay, right? Like, and most likely you're not going to sell it. If you buy a signed auto of Justin Herbert at a 25 for $200 and he balls out, the jersey you bought is not going up in price. The card, though, can go up in price. And now, while it can go down also, wouldn't you, as a fan of your team, a fan of Justin Fields, a fan of Justin Herbert, a fan of Joe Burrow, wouldn't you rather have something that has the potential to go up in price as opposed to something that is a depreciating liability to you? Like, this could potentially be an asset if the player performs well. And also, we always talk about this on the show too. If you think you're a professional scout and you're good at scouting players, you can make money in sports cards.
Yeah, and I like how you said that it's like these new guys are using this as investment pieces. They're investing in Hall of Famers. They're no longer investing in these young guys. Like the first bubble, people were coming in and spending money on Zion and John Morant. This second wave of new buyers coming in aren't falling for the same trick twice. They're going after guys that have stable markets. Like, you can't, if you buy a Kobe card right now, the reason why Kobe's up so much is because it'll never go down. What is Kobe going to do now to go down? That ship has sailed. Kobe's prices are solidified.
Same thing with Jordan.
Well, Jordan can still do some stupid shit because he always does. He's a terrible person who's an addictive gambler and just a scumbag in general. So Jordan prices
Tell us how you really feel.
I mean, Jordan is a deadbeat dad. Like, I don't really like Michael Jordan at all. I'm a LeBron fan because LeBron's a good, kind-hearted person. I know you can complain about him flopping and being a little crybaby. That doesn't show his character. LeBron's character is a good guy. But back to what I was saying is you want to invest, like you rather get these blue chip pieces instead of investing into penny stocks. And that's why the GOATs are up.
Listen, all I can say is Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary buying that Kobe Jordan 2 weeks ago is awesome for the hobby. It has created a swirl of headlines, more people talking about it. I love it. And by the way, that $400+ million number in sports cards over the last month does not include any card shows. Think about all the transfer of cash that is not documented. We're talking about that number could potentially be double.
Yeah.
Like you and I, people who go to shows, right, and know those markets, like we know how much money moves through those rooms.
Dude, the repackers alone probably spent over $300 million.
There's levels to this. There's different ways to make money in sports cards, whether you're a flipper, whether you're a long-term investor, whether you like to collect and hold long-term, whether you like to buy and sell via repack, whether you break, whether you're going to start an online website that sells cards. There's so many ways to do it. Or if you're a dealer at shows, right? There's plenty of people who spend, I think you're one of them, Ethan. You spend $200 on a table, right? And you're just making deals all day. People are coming to you showing cards. You have cards on display. And that's a fun little lifestyle to live.
Yeah. Bro, trades is still market movement. Like if you're adding in trades to it, like that's another couple $100 million. $400 million is super conservative. I'd put the number closer to $1 billion this month.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Up or Down. I am your host, Dappz, with the all and powerful, mighty Ethan. We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Please, again, subscribe to our channel, Dappz Sports here. Like this video, comment beneath this video, anything you want to see. We promise we're doing another giveaway next week. We always do a giveaway. Shout out to our partners over at Ludex. Again, go download the Ludex app in the comments below. We will see you for another episode next week. This is Up or Down.